Hello ladies and gentlemen, Fireman Dan here. Welcome back to another tutorial video of Space Engineers. Now I guess I shouldn't call this a tutorial, I should probably call it more a mod showcase. But these mods that I'm going to go through, these are my go-to mods. These are my top mods. These are not all the ones I use, but pretty much every single game I play, every single world I create, these are the mods that I want. Now if you don't know how to go and install mods, I'm going to go ahead and show you that first. So here I am in my workshop, or well, I should say my Steam library. So what you do, come and just open up your Steam, and you can either go in your library, or you go up here in the community, hit workshop, search workshops, Space Engineers. And here is the home screen of all the mods on Space Engineers. All you really got to do is, well, select something, whatever you want. We'll just click this new one here, this power and fuel tethering. And then you just hit subscribe. As you see, I've already subscribed to this one. But you just hit subscribe, and that's all you got to do. It'll automatically download the mod for you. I should add a note that not everything on the workshop is a mod. You got blueprints and you got scripts. They both work differently than mods. We're not covering those right now. We're covering mods. Alright, so now that you know how to download the mods, here I am in the world. And let's go and select the first mod. Up first, and in no particular order of importance, is Sloped LCD Panels Mod Pack. It is made by, well, a couple of different people. The Sloped LCD Mod Pack gives you sloped LCDs. As you see, there's various different kinds. Let's just get this out here. And you can do whatever you want with them. Orient them however you want. Good. These are good for putting in corners and such. But what I really like these for is whenever I create my custom cockpits. Let me actually pull one up here for you. We'll pull this one up. Yeah, no, not all mods are in here. And there's no thrusters on it because they rely on a mod. Let me get inside in here. As you see, these are the sloped LCDs. So you can make custom cockpits however you like using sloped LCDs. That is what I like the sloped LCD pack for. Moving on. Alright, up next is the Kolt Command Console pack. This is more of a novelty thing, but whenever you make your, let's say, bridges on your large ships, it just really makes them pop. Now, what can you do with the Kolt Console pack? Let's go to, what is it, consoles? Yep, here we go. There's various different things you can have. All right, let's pick this. Let's go with this one. Let's pick that. Let's go and pick that. Console main with share. That's the cockpit. Let's pick the cockpit one. Curves, and then we're gonna pick that straight. So let's say I'm making a bridge of a ship. Pop that down. That'll be where I fly from, right? Let's pick the straight edge here. Let's round it off. Bring it out. And for shits and giggles, let's just throw that in there. And this can be like the wall of a bridge. And they also have things you can hang. So let's just come over here. Command console pack. So we got buttons here. So let's just put that and then one of each. One. And two. So this is the Kolt console pack. And these are all button panels too, so you can actually come in here and put some buttons on. Yeah, there we go. Well, maybe not that one. But you can actually have different commands on these as well. So it's, you know, pretty cool. You can see, just imagine what you can do with this. Go ahead and get rid of all this. Alright, next. Up next is the tiered thruster pack. Basically what this is each one of these thrusters are, well, tiered. Level 1, 2 times stronger, level 2 is 4 times stronger, level 3 is 8 times stronger, and level 4, which are called angel fires, are 16 times stronger. So, drop this down at the bottom here. Go to angel fire. So see tier 4. And all they are, they're just thrusters like you'd find in a game, but they're more powerful. And keep in mind that the power and components to build these is scaled. It's just you don't need as many on your ship. Alright, moving on. Up next is the arc reactor pack, and these are pretty cool. These are a whopper of a mod. So, basically what they do is these are more powerful than your standard in-game reactors, and you got various different kinds. So you got times 1 all the way up to, this says times 20, but it actually goes up to 100. So it's just down here. Let's pull one up. Arc reactor pack. Stock to, let's see, up to 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and 50, and then 100. So just to give you an idea, let's grab the stock one. Just to show you, this is the stock arc reactor, right? Let's access this panel. Maximum output's 300 megawatts. Go into the normal large reactor. Max output 300 megawatts. But max output 100 gigawatts, and you can do the math on that. But these are obviously a lot more powerful than your stock reactors, and you would have to build, I don't know how many is that, 100 of these just to equal one of these, or whatever the math is. I don't feel like doing the math right now, but you can see it's a space-saving measure, and they are powerful. There's large grid version and small grid version. You can put one of these on your fighter and you'll have no problem powering your fighter at all. Alright, next. Up next, called Build Vision. What is Build Vision? Well, let's come over here. So normally, to access the information in this gravity generator, you have to come over here and pull up the control panel on it. But what if you got like a piston, right? Let's grab a piston here. Now this has an access point here, but you can have something on the top here and, you know, have that buried down into your ship or something. Well, now you have no way to access this without running over to another access point or accessing it through an antenna. Well, what Build Vision is I come over here and I can hold control down. And if you see that little box that pops up, that shows me everything that's going on with this, well, piston. Same thing with the arc reactor, or excuse me, the gravity generator, right? Shows me the information on it. But if I aim at this, and I push my middle mouse button, I can now edit it. can press enter. I can rename the piston. I could change the distance on them. Detach the head. I can even make it move. All without having to worry about accessing it from another port. So build vision is pretty good. It makes editing your blocks easier. Okay, next. Up next is the one that I think is extremely important. This is called defensive shields. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a shield. So the blocks involved in this, you got a bunch of blocks. The shield controller table and the shield controller, these are the same thing. That just controls your shield. One's good for putting in a bridge or something, or a control room. The other one's good just to stick on a ship somewhere, such as a small fighter. You got your LCDs that display information to you, but these do not work in multiplayer. There's a multiplayer bug going on right now. And it's not related to the mod, it's related to Space Engineers. The shield air pressurizer, it doesn't do too good against damage, absorbing damage, but it can make a big bubble of air. There you go. And I actually never used this, so I believe we got to put a node 2 generator on here. H2. And it'll probably take a second for this to fill up, but this block basically will pressurize open space, but it's like a shield. Keen Bob, fixed room pressure, what? Well, as I said, I never actually used that block, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But the other blocks in here, shield, you got your emitters, right? You got your ship shield emitter, you got your station shield emitter. You also got a ship shield emitter. This one is a small one. This, same as the shield controller, this is good for putting on ships such as a fighter. You also got your shield modulator and an enhancer. And let's grab a station emitter. So put a station emitter down. Now if you look down on the bottom left hand corner, you see that flashing box right there? The shield is charging right now, but it's not a lot of power for it. So let's go ahead and go back to the arc reactors. Let's grab an arc reactor. Let's grab a 20. Throw that on there. Now the shield will be charged better. And we got a modulator and an enhancer. So the enhancer, it enhances it, but that's all it does. The modulator, you can allow entities bypass your shield, such as grids, or aka enemy grids. The only reason you would want to do that would be if you're bringing in salvage. And you can balance your shield protection for kinetic or energy protection. If you look down at the bottom right there, you see the graphs changing, or the numbers changing. Emitter, and where's the table? Shield controller table. So shield status up or down, so you can easily turn the shield off or on. The shield charge rate, which is the percentage of power that the shield may consume to charge itself, up or down. You can change the shield size. It's offset, so instead of the shield being here, it will actually be over here when the emitter is at point A. You change the reflection on it. Basically, this just makes it visible or not. So let's say always visible. And you can see the shield actually pop up right there. That's your shield. So watch this. Let me grab a rifle here. Character weapons. Something. It shouldn't be going through, but it is. Controller tables. So that's up. Always visible on hit. Well, it does work, I promise you that. Probably because I'm friendly with it. But the shield does work, I promise you that. Now, let me take this off real quick here. And if you were to put it on a small ship, you would still want... You would want the shield controller. You would want the emitter, the enhancer, and the modulator. And you don't need the enhancer and the modulator, but they do help. Alright, and that's the shield controller. And this is the shield emitter. This is a large grid. Picture this is a small grid, much smaller. But shields are really, go-to mod. Alright, moving up. Alright, these next two, they go hand in hand, and I've talked about them before. This is a Nanobot build and repair system, and the Nanobot drill and fill system. So the drill system is basically, well, it's an automatic drilling machine, or filling. So let me come in here, let me turn show area on. So if I were to turn this on, this drill, all this big gray box would actually mine this out. And you can move it around anywhere you want. You can change the size and you can move it by the offset. You see it's moving like really, really quickly, but 10,000 meters, that's a lot. But this is basically an automatic mining machine. You adjust the size to what you want to mine or fill back in, put it in position and turn it on, and it just goes to work. Just like any other drill, but it's automatic, like I said. The other one, Nanobot build and repair system. Nanobot build and repair system automatically can weld, grind, or repair grids. Friendly grids, enemy grids, neutral grids. You can set up a blueprint, let's say on a projector like right here, and this will automatically build a projection. If you got scrap, you can bring scrap in within the work area of this, and it will automatically grind down your scrap. And with that, you can just, well, walk away. If you want to see this in action, you can actually watch some of our videos we got going on right now in the Forgotten Road series. Alright, moving on. The next three go hand in hand as well. This is the Mexpex Weapon Collection 1, Mexpex Weapons Collection 2, and Mexpex Homing Weaponry. 1 and 2 are basically the same things, except 1 is kinetic. In other words, it uses what you and I would know of today as like actual ammunition. Number 2 is laser weaponry, and number 3 is missiles and torpedoes. And these are the Weapon Core Edition, I did not include Weapon Core on this list because it's a little more advanced, I guess, weapons, and it changes the way weapons work in game. And if you're watching this, you're probably newer to the game, because hence tutorial, and I don't want to confuse everybody. But there is standard version of this that do not include Weapon Core being that. So 1, 2. These are lasers. These are kinetic. That's a small grid, but they're swarming missiles. These are torpedo launchers. The missiles aren't going to show up because they're not hooked up to a grid right now or powered. But we're cool. Torpedo launchers. Now that one is a large grid version. And soil launchers. There we go. These are your homing weapons. And they are homing weapons. But I don't think, I'm not sure if there's a non-Weapon Core version of these. But there's, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. Just add more variety to the game. Now, these ones are my go-to weapons. But you don't have to use these. There are countless mods on the workshop involving weaponry. Find one you like and use it. You don't have to. There is vanilla weapons in the game, but in my personal opinion, these suck. Just saying it. They do. Alright, moving on. The last mod on the list that I'm going to show you is called Higher Range Ore Detectors. All it does is increases the range that your ore detectors work in. You don't have to use this one. There are several mods out there in the marketplace, but I like this because it makes finding ore easier. Not so much in space. When you're in space and you see an asteroid, you go to the asteroid, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be some ore on it. It's just a question of what kind. This is better for when you're down on planets where you got large areas to cover. Not only do you have large areas to cover, but the ore can be buried deep under the surface. This high range makes it easier to find that ore. So that's why I really like them. Alright, so that's all. Those are my go-to mods. And like I said, there's more that I like to use. But these ones are... If I'm playing a game, you can almost guarantee I'm using them. I hope you like this little showcase. And I can't go through each individual mod and show you how they all work completely, or show you actual footage of them in use, because, well, there's a list of them and it will take me a while to do that. But I just want to get this information out there to the new users, new players. Mods are great. Don't be scared of them. They really improve the quality of life to space engineers, and to make the game much more enjoyable. And they add to the longevity of the game and the playable experience. I will flat out admit, if it wasn't for mods, I would have quit playing Space Engineers a long time ago, and I've been playing Space Engineers for a while. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Fireman Dan signing off. If you enjoyed this tutorial series, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it with your friends.